honey, 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 honey's clouds, honey, 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 honey's clouds. No one else to listen to, check her elegance. Sick of all them weak shows, here's the medicine. Kept their ass to the streets, true veterans. This is Marge's favorite damn show. I tried telling them it's about to go up, stairways. My girl Honey on the motherfucking airways. It's about to go up, stairways. My girl Honey on the motherfucking airways. Turn up, East Coast, turn up, Japan, turn up, Motherland, turn up, Europe, turn up, South America, turn up, Australia, turn up, whole world, turn up.
Honey, 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 honey is here. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Honey's Closet live on thepowerofvoices.com. I am live on Facebook on Honey's Closet Crew, as well as Val Young. And we are on YouTube. I'm literally everywhere. YouTube, Honey's Closet, YouTube, The Power of Voices. And I think we even stream on SoundCloud, right? Am I correct or am I not correct?
Yeah, archive.
Archive, okay. Yeah, so we're literally everywhere. The more honey you have, the sweeter your life will be. So why wouldn't I be everywhere? Why wouldn't I be? Anyways, I am joined by the amazing, the guru of all things, the invisible man, Uncle Lee, as he is so affectionately called. I just call him the godfather of all things because he just knows everything.
Stop it.
Lee Michaels.
Thank you very much, ladies and germs.
Ladies and germs. And I'm telling you guys, check out the Lee Michaels Show every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on thepowerofvoices.com, as well as Lee Michael face page live. The cast of characters are crazy.
They're ridiculous. Out of control.
None of y'all are sane. When I call in periodically to bring sanity to the crew.
Ah, is that what you're doing?
I do.
Well,
I do.
I'm not sure that you're reaching your goal.
No, I do. I kind of bring it down a little bit.
You think so?
I do. Tiffany says, Val, who did your music? Dexter's Lab, producer Dexter Lab did the track, and Mars, rapper Mars did the lyrics, the rapping on there. So yeah, shout out to Dexter's Lab and Mars Wilson for doing that. So that's to do it. And I don't know if people are just out now starting to listen to the music because it's been around for a minute, but people are just now starting to really like, oh my, I have gotten about 4 people in the last 2 weeks that say that they like it. Like, oh my God, that song is dope. I'm like, thank you. Yeah. So, and I know you and the cast of characters like it. Bishop Bass.
Yeah. We find creativity and fun in it.
Yeah.
Honey's closet. The way he says closet.
Yeah, he goes, it's not honey closet, it's honey closet.
And turn up the volume.
Yeah.
The volume.
Yeah. Hey, my girl Annette Royale you have to hear Annette Royale sing.
Really?
You talking about vocals? Yes, she's a honey hanger. She's been in the closet many times. Matter of fact, you have met her. She was here at the very first show, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get
I met a number of your family members out at your birthday party and some of some of your friends.
Yeah. Yeah, well, she wasn't there, but she was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to be, but no.
She punked out, huh?
Yeah, I think she was, doing her big girl things out somewhere, but
okay.
Yeah. We want to go hang out together one day. So, yeah. So, anyways, thank everybody who's coming in, popping in on Honey's Closet. Rory Darvell, I see you, boo. Everybody's coming in. I appreciate you guys. In the closet, I give you a little bit of class, sass, and a whole bunch of smart ass. Yeah, I can be a little smart assy. I could be a little smart assy sometime. Okay, Rory, I hear you. Please do. Please do. So today we have a lot to talk about. Before we go on, I just want to send our condolences from Honey's Closet to the Bush family. They lost the mom, Barbara Bush, today.
Yeah, Mama Bush.
Mama Bush has got her wings to glory And so she was 92 and she suffered from congestive heart failure. And I remember it's a little touching to me because I remember my dad is in the hospital, and thank you everyone who has called me or sent their prayers in. I appreciate it. My father has congestive heart failure.
Yeah, it's a controllable situation. As long as you're taking your meds and keeping basically it's a fluid buildup.
Yeah.
When people have swollen legs and all of that, and you can basically drown from the
absolutely
fluid that,
right.
and once it gets into your lungs.
Yeah, and he goes in and out so much.
Mm-hmm.
It has been less frequent since he stopped smoking, but it was so hard to get him to stop smoking. But he's always swollen, so he went to a doctor's appointment on Friday, and they ended up keeping him because he was so swollen and having issues. And so, thank God the swelling has gone down. They did all these tests, tested kidneys and all this. So everything's...
Is he on Lasix?
He is. So they were giving him Lasix in a drip, an IV drip. They took the drip out of him yesterday, and he was gonna come home today or tomorrow because they wanted to give him therapy because his leg to make him because he couldn't walk on his leg. Yeah. Then the doctor called today and said she's gonna keep him a couple of more days because he's still swollen. So they want to put him back on the drip.
Yep.
And not the pill yet. So he's not happy about, and I can imagine just being in the hospital. You don't want. Yeah. So
it is.
As I was there Saturday, I was watching TV with him, and they said about Barbara Bush not wanting any more treatment, that she was suffering from congestive heart failure. And I was kind of like, I don't want him to hear this,
Yeah. How old is your dad?
He's 80.
Yeah.
And it's like, you hear somebody suffering from what you suffer from, they're telling you that her days are limited. That's not a good thing. And I didn't want him to hear that.
Yeah, well, she's 92 years old.
Yeah.
So
but there's a lot of people.
Difference.
Yeah. But it
My
still
mom
can be.
My mom died from the same situation.
Yeah.
And she was 86. Yeah.
So it's, and I don't think people understand. I'm going, and I'm not, this is not for a pity party or anything. There's a lot going on. I've shared some things with you. I've shared some things with a few people that I trust in my life. And there's a lot going on. And so being that I only have one parent left, and there's a lot of people who have no parents. And I feel that. And there are people who still have both their parents.
Right.
And it's like when you have both your parents, especially you lost your mom. I lost my mom in 98. It doesn't get any better for me. Right? So when you are in the process of possibly losing your father, your only last living parent, it's hard. I don't know how to adjust because when he goes in the hospital, I don't know if he's going to come home.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing for me. So when you're going through those things, along with the other things that I'm going through, and I've shared that with you, that's hard.
Yeah. It's like a compounded fracture. You got a bad knee, but you got to keep walking on it. Causes more pain and aggravation, and your back started hurting.
Yeah.
And your neck, and you get headaches, and you start going blind. So it just doesn't seem to end.
It doesn't.
But some kind of way, and we're all going to go through similar situations like that. But the reality is we have to learn how to say, time out, I need a break. Because if you break down, then what about everybody else?
Right. And that's the part that bothers me sometimes. Is like, do y'all folks know that I'm really the only one doing this? I don't have any outside. My boys is like, Mom, rest. We're going to go to the grocery store. We're going to do this. We're going to go to the hospital for you. We're going to do this. And
that's good.
I appreciate it. But at the same time, I don't want to take away from there because there's going to come a day where I'm going to leave. And I might go before my dad. We never know.
You don't
and
know.
They're going to be there responsible for my son, Darius. Is the biggest concern. I don't want them to be overwhelmed because Darius, Lord, you're going to see when I bring him in next week.
Well, you know what? It is what it is. And there's nothing you can do to change any of the dynamics involved in your son, or your dad, and any other situations or functions that you are handling right now. But if you break down,
I broke down today.
Yeah, I mean, but if
today,
you can't do any of this anymore, they've
I know.
got to pull up then and make it happen.
I know. And today, it was just like I'm dealing with all this, and then other stuff was happening, and I literally broke down. I usually break down by myself, but I broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I broke down, I said, you know what? When I realized, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be okay, because I am a soldier, and I never give up. I'm constantly
Mm-hmm.
making sure everybody else is okay.
But see, yeah, but that's the problem.
And I know
Yeah.
that's the problem. But sometimes you just need to break down and cry sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
And
You need
I try
you
not
need
to.
that relief.
But today it was just so much being thrown. I was like, I'm trying hard, and and it's just like every time I feel like, oh, I'm getting like nobody gets it, like, and I have to look at myself like I'm not a bad person.
No, you're
So
not.
I'm not perfect, but
No one is.
no one is. But I know one thing that nobody can take from me. I give 110%, 110 million% every time when it's something or someone that I truly believe in. And I was telling you, I was listening to this message by T.D. Jakes, and it was saying being faithful. You don't know that you're faithful until you're put in a situation to test that faithfulness.
True.
And I know I've been tested, and I know one thing I can say. I may got a mouth on me. I may be stubborn, but I am faithful and loyal, and I have passed them tests, and I can go, if I die today, I can say that to the people that I truly I love it, and therefore, I've passed that test, and I know I have. So.
Well, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
You don't have to worry about anything else.
We have an argument going on live between Tiffany and Michael O'Quinn Jr., a.k.a. Bouncer Jackson. Check out him and Gifted Buzz's show. I can't tell you when to watch it because they changed their dates because they're crazy. But it really is a good show. It really is a good. They go at it. They go at it.
What's wrong with them?
They crazy.
Oh, okay. I thought
All
that's
y'all,
what you said.
they're all crazy. They're all crazy. They're all crazy. It's like really it's just ridiculous. So shout out to all my honey hangers, all my honey bees, my honey bears, everybody who tunes in every week. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. To everybody who supports me in my honey's closet, Joker Management, United to Live with Autism. As you know, April is Autism Awareness Month. Next week is Autism Day inside of Honey's Closet, and I will be bringing Darius in the co-host with me. And
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you say that now. You're going to be like, don't bring that boy back here no more. We have our 800 number up. This number is 24/7 for anybody, family or loved ones that are living with autism, or if you know someone is living with autism and they need help, advice, they just need to vent. It's 2:00 in the morning and the kid won't go to sleep, or they're throwing ice creams at the TV or throwing tantrums, and you just need to call someone. Please call us. Our number is available 24/7. That number is it's a toll-free number, 800-941-1670. Again, that's 800-941-1670. Please feel free to call. We're available 24 hours. Hey, my girl Shanae Jackson, Shanae Mouse Jackson is on here. Came down to the party. You met her too. She came down from Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, my fam bam. So, we have so much to talk about today because we all know that we had the Coachella, or as they call him, Baychella.
Baychella? Why do they call it Baychella?
They say Beyonce showed up and showed out. So, you can go to honeyscloset.com and check out. I put up a video of, it's kind of like bits and pieces of her whole performance. So you can check that out on honeyscloset.com on our media page, as well as a lot of I don't ever promote my media page, but I put up a lot of fashions for the week, the hit and miss looks, or who looked good or who didn't and whatever. So go check out our page. And while you're there, sign up to become a honey hanger or a honey bear and get your t-shirts. The t-shirts are still on sale. All proceeds from our t-shirts from Honey's Closet, as well as Joker Management Apparel, 100% goes to United to Live with Autism. So check that out. Check it out. And I know you got some Uber stories for us.
Let's see. Have I really?
Think about it. I'm gonna do my honey's words of wisdom.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do that now. I had a conversation actually like a week and a half ago, and I was going to do this Honey's Words of Wisdom then last week, but I thought, no, it's the birthday turn up, so it's going to be a roast. We're not going to do too much on that. But the title of Honey's Words of Wisdom is Accepting Faults. You know, Albert Einstein said insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yep.
Let me tell you a quick story. I used to have people always telling me, you know, honey, you're mean. I'm getting in arguments with people, this and that. And after a while, I'm not. It's not me. It's whatever. But I had to take a step back, because if you have multiple people telling you the same thing, guess what? It's not them. It's you. You can't have 2, 3, 4 people telling you the same thing. Totally different people telling you the same thing that you're doing to them. And you don't come up and say, you know what? Maybe it's me. Maybe I need to look at the mirror. Maybe it's me. It's you.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And so I had to take a step back and say, maybe I am doing this. Maybe there's something I'm doing this. So, I had to take a step back and say, it's time for me to, I'm getting older. I can't be causing problems in my life. I need less. It takes too much energy to be upset or to be angry or to argue with someone. I'm not an arguer. As soon as I start arguing, I'm like, I'm done. That's my favorite word. I'm done. I can't do it no more.
Yep, I'm the same way.
That's in arguing. You know what I'm saying? I can't argue. It just takes up too much time. But I had to take a look back at me and think maybe, and I'll admit some of the arguments or some of the things people brought on themselves, but the way I handle it or my comeback was causing problems. And I can't have several people telling me several different people telling me the same thing. So at that point, you have to take a look at self.
That's a good starting point. I mean, you've got to accept the criticism. And then, as the old song goes, you got to evaluate the man in the mirror and be honest. And don't let your ego convince you that you're perfect, because none of us are. I mean, you have to accept, embrace, and correct your faults.
You have to.
Yeah.
And you don't have to admit it to anybody else but yourself. The main thing is to admit, maybe I am the problem. Let me fix me.
Yeah, because you can't fix me. Only I can fix me.
Right. So you have to be able to go deep down and say, maybe I am doing these things and let me fix it. And so I have to take some time for myself and go and say, okay, maybe I am causing these things. It's not going to hurt for me to do a reevaluation of my life. Let me go back and check, because these are people that I care about. I don't want to hurt the people that I love. If it's somebody you don't care about, then you say, forget it. But when it's somebody you really care about, then you don't want to hurt the people that you love. So you have to take a step back and fix you. Because again, everybody, you can't have several different people telling you the same thing. It's not connected.
That's true.
So I had to realize that, maybe it is me. And I took a look back, and I think I fixed myself. We're never 100%, but you have to be able to tell yourself.
And there's no, if you're going to fix it, it can't be a temporary fix.
Right.
It's got to be an all-the-way fix.
Right. And if you don't fix it, you're going to lose good people in your life.
Right.
And once you lose those good people, then you are going to eventually regret it. Because at the end of the day, there are people who are there for you, and there are people who are there for you for the cause. And when you run away the people who are there for you, at some point in life, whether you admit it or not, you will regret that. And that was one of the things I was scared of doing. So I had to make sure I fixed me. You only live once, and you have to be true to yourself. And you have to be true to you in order to be true to anybody else. And that's something I learned. And so when having this conversation, I was like, oh, you're asking me for this advice, but it's an ongoing process. So I thought this would be a good Honey's word of wisdom. You have to also understand you will only have, as T.D. Jakes once said, constituents in your life, mediocre people who are in your life only to get what they can get out of you.
That's right.
They're not going to be there to help you. They're not going to be there to make sure that you stay on the path that you need to stay on to get to where you're getting. They're only going to be people that are in your life.
Klingons.
To Klingons. And when you don't have it no more, guess what? They don't give a damn about you.
That's right.
And we have, believe it or not, we have more of those people in our lives than we do confidants, is the person who's there for you.
My big mama, that's what we call grandma.
Mm-hmm.
She says, yeah, they're just fair weather friends.
Yeah.
Long as the weather is good, they're going to be hanging.
Yeah.
When the weather gets a little rough, they're out.
Like I listen to T.D. Jakes a lot, and he said when you get on the road and you feel like you put all the people in the car with you, and you want to see who's faithful, watch how many when you roll the window down start jumping out.
Yeah.
When you ain't going where they want you to go, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they will.
Door.
They will.
Yeah.
And so people, be true to you. You can only be true to you.
That's true.
Be true to you. Once you're true to you, you can be true to other people.
See, you're still young.
Thank you. I'll take that.
And at my age, I have divorced my thinking about those type of people. You know, they don't even enter into my consideration of wasting time on them.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Because I've been through that. I've starred in that movie. I know the beginning, the middle, and the end. And you can't change the movie. You can't rewrite it. You can't make it different. It's the same. Every time it plays, it's going to end up the same way.
Right.
Now, you can fake the funk and create your own ending, but that's only in your mind.
Right.
But the ending is, it is what it is. It's not going to get any better.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
And, you know, people have to realize that we don't always, okay, I'm going to say, let me give this example. Because a lot of people are angered because you don't agree with what they agree, or you don't do what they say do, how you want them to do it. But when I was driving here, I was thinking, let's say we had a housekeeper here, right?
Yep.
And you came to me and you said, honey, I need you to fire the housekeeper. I need you to walk up to her when she walks in today and fire her. Tell her she's fired, right? Tell her exactly how I told you to tell her. She's fired. Don't come back.
Are you going to tell her why?
I don't know, but I'm just going to tell her she's fired.
Okay.
So as you leave and I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I'm going to fire her, but I'm going to type up her, a letter of termination. I'm going to type her up a letter, right? So I'm going to type the letter up. When she walks in, I'm going to hand her the letter. You're fired, right? So the next day I come in, you say, did you fire her? Yes. Did you tell her? No, I didn't tell her. I told you to tell her. And you get mad at me because I didn't tell her because you told me to tell her. But I said, well, I typed her up a letter of termination. But guess what? She's no longer here. So I may not didn't deliver it the way you asked me to.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was delivered correctly.
That
She's
is
gone.
the only way it should be done.
Right?
Because it can't be any hearsay about what you said or didn't say because it was in writing.
Right. But even...
Now, the only thing that I see missing in that particular scenario, and I'm being picky, is you got to give, you don't have to, and that depends on the state that you're in, but you should give a person some kind of reason of why they're being terminated.
Of course, we're going to tell her why.
Yeah. You know,
she didn't
you
watch
didn't
the
show
walls
up on
right.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't have to do your job. When you cleaned the bathrooms, you only cleaned half of it or whatever. It took too long. You're lollygagging around. You 27 smoke breaks a day.
Right.
You know, whatever the reasons are.
But the point is,
yes,
I didn't do it the way you told me to do it.
But the job was done
right. Successfully.
Right. Now, see, a person like that would come back and complain about that, I would be concerned about my own security in that job because he or she is kind of like a maniac and a control freak. And you do as I tell you to do and exactly as I tell you to do it or else. And those type of people, I don't even want to have a conversation with.
Yeah, well,
because they're narcissists, know-it-alls.
Narcissists.
Mhm.
But luckily, we're not like that. But that was just an analogy of an example of I should say, of just we may not say the same things,
Mhm.
but the outcome is gonna, as long as I get the job done.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So I may tell you to walk outside and go to the left.
Yep.
You may go to the right, but come back around and pick up the paper. As long as you pick the paper up,
The end of the day, that's all that
that's
matters.
all that matters. So we have to understand that, and I'm guilty of that with my kids. Sometimes do it how I say do it.
Yeah, well, that's the don't, like my mom used to say to me, she'd say, and usually this frustration would come out of her when I'd been lollygagging and didn't do what she told me to do in a timely fashion. And then when I would get to the point where I would say, well, why, Mom? And then she would say, because I said so.
Mm-hmm.
And that would anger me or disappoint me. But I knew then, once I heard that, it was time for me to, whatever it was.
My mom used to tell me,
yeah,
do as I say, not as I do.
right. Well, that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Welcome to Honey's Closet. Who do we have on the line and where are you calling from?
You already know who it is. I have to disagree with you and Uncle Lee.
Well, you know what? Too bad, damn it.
Nah, it's like this.
What?
I know you watch college football. I know you played sports. You could be a superstar in whatever school you was going to before, and now when you get in the pros, and if the coach tell you to do a certain play, but you decide to do another play, and you still got a touchdown, guess what? That coach is pulling you out the game and sitting you on the bench because you don't know how to follow directions and do what he asked you or told you to do.
Well, yeah, in that particular situation, but at the same time, the coach it needs to kind of acquiesce and pull back and say, well, you know what? He scored.
But the coach telling you this,
you can pull that player to the side after the game, not during the game, and have a little one-on-one conversation. Say, you know what? I told you to run a down and out or whatever, and you didn't. But at the end of the day, the results was the same. But you need to stick to following the plays the way they're written, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Now, I agree with you on that. But in a job situation, the scenario that Honey gave, I have to say that, first of all, she did the right thing by putting it in writing, because if you don't, you open yourself up for a potential labor lawsuit, because they can always claim that, well, she didn't say that, she said X, Y, Z. And when you let somebody go, it's always good to have a third party in the room when it goes down, because it can't be your word against theirs. There was another person who heard the conversation, and they will be more or less a co-signer to what you said. But it's always good to put it in writing.
But
I will
say his Joker's scenario.
Yeah.
I get that.
Right. I do
because
too.
I get that. You're right. You're absolutely right, Joker. In that scenario, you need to do. I'm the coach. Do it how I tell you to do it. Now, at the end of the day, the player did it different. Still scored this touchdown. Coach is mad because that's not the play I gave you.
Right.
At some point, you can say,
well, Coach, I was out there on the field, and I didn't see the hole that this play was supposed to have, and I had to deviate to make the score. So what do you? Okay, you're the coach. What do you say to that kid then?
If he did what?
Okay, the kid was out there on the field running the ball, right? And, and the play was supposed to go to the right, and he cut and went to the left because it was too crowded on the right, and he scored. How are you going to be mad at him? Because if he had run it the way the play said to go, he would not have scored. There was 2 seconds left in the game.
But I would congratulate him, but I still would tell him that's not the play I told you to do. Next time, do the play I told you to do.
And you would have lost the game.
Back when it would have been on me. See, back when I was in the street, we used to have this rule. You hustle the way I tell you to hustle, so therefore if you get caught, I got to come get you. But if you're going to hustle the way you're going to hustle and you get caught, then you got to get everything on your own. And some jobs tell you certain things to see if you're the type of person that's going to follow direction and they can depend on you and count on you. Some bosses want to see, are you going to run the company the way he would run it in his absence? He's looking for, or she's looking for, that person that's going to be on the people, not give them a break, not show them, but still be on them the way you need to be on. Some companies you have to run with an iron fist.
I
and
agree.
if they tell you get rid of a person.
Now at the same time, Joker, and I've been in the corporate environment, and when I was the program director, operations manager, general manager, when I'm the head guy that's making all the plays, okay? And if you follow my play to the T and our ratings go down, I'm not going to fire you. But when my boss comes to me and say, hey, Lee, your playbook isn't working. And I would say to my boss, you can't fire my players because they followed my play. My playbook, they did exactly what I told them to do. You can fire me, but you shouldn't fire them because they're good players. They followed my instructions. So what you're saying is it works as long as you as the coach will do exactly what I just said and protect those players, because when the general manager comes to you and says, hey, Coach Joker, your plays are not working, will you say to your general manager of that football team, say, well, my players have done the best that they can do but based on what I told them to do. They have followed my instructions. Are you going to take the bullet?
Yes, because I'm that type of leader. That's the type of leader I am.
See,
if I've done it,
leaders,
I'm the cause, I'm going to step up.
Right. Most leaders are not that way in corporate America today because they're going to shoot you in the fucking head to save their own ass. Mm-hmm. They do it every day, and they're spineless, no good coaches / managers, and they are not real men or women because they don't stand up and
I
protect
believe
the people that they put out there on the front line.
And I do believe that Joker would take the blame for it because he's a stand-up guy. But it was just an example, maybe a poor example, because people are sitting here saying that's a form of defiance, and I get it. It was maybe a poor example.
No, it wasn't a poor example.
But it was
a good example.
It was for a certain situation.
Yeah, and it stimulated conversation and a little bit of debate, which makes for great radio. But at the same time, if the objective is to win the game, sometimes you got to let the players out there on the field that's getting hit. You standing there on the sideline in your nice suit and a little straw hat on, looking cool and dapper and everything. They're out there on the front line taking those hits. And sometimes they have to make a last-minute call. And I'm talking in this particular scenario that the Joker put out here, to make the play work. I mean, really, that's the bottom line. If you're in war and the commander told you to go and do a flank on the right, and you run into some ambush over there, you got to get your ass out of that hot situation and do the best that you can, because the commander is not out there. You are. It's life and death now. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep running to the left and get wiped out? Everybody in your platoon gets wiped out? No, you're going to make an adjustment to save your men's lives and to get to the other side where you got to go.
Right.
So there's got to be some flexibility. At least as a coach in the radio business now for 52 years, I've always given my players an opportunity to make a last-minute call when they see that the play isn't working. But I have faith in them because I know they're professional and they have good judgment.
Right.
Now, if you got some weak-minded people out there on the front line and they're making some bad calls, then you got to ring them in and say, yo, you made a bad call there, and here's why. Mm-hmm. And try to coach them to be better thinkers.
And I think that we all can learn from that.
Absolutely.
I think that we've all have made decisions where it's like, okay, maybe this decision wasn't right, or maybe this decision isn't, didn't turn out the way that I expected to turn out. But And you have to be real careful because it does. My scenario does not work in every situation. It was just a scenario on sometimes making a decision based on what's going to protect you and your boss or you and that other person.
Motherfucker! Oh, you very
Are you over? Is Mick over there?
Hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Mick. How are you doing?
Good. How y'all be?
We good. We can't complain. Do you guys have any? Do you guys have any words for the Bush family?
What? Shave? Who the Bush? What happened with the Bush?
Barbara Bush passed away today.
Who is that?
The mother.
Of who?
She passed?
Of George Bush. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't hear that.
In the words of I wish I could quote Malcolm X really good on this one. He was talking about the hens coming home to roost.
Uh-huh.
I can't. I'm not going to say it because I can't quite quote it right the way he said it. I wish I could, but that happens. Stuff like that happens. It's life.
Well, she's 92, so she's lived a good life, and she yeah.
She wasn't like her son, but if she was, oh well.
If she wasn't like what?
I pray she wasn't like her son, but if she was, oh well.
Which one? Jeb or
All
George?
both of them.
All of them.
Both of them.
All of them, huh? Yeah. We got some arguments going on. Man, we have stirred up some buttons
That's
with
what
that.
it's all
With
about.
that, that's what it's all about, though. Because, and you know what? We're not going to always agree on something, and it's okay to disagree. And that's what makes the world go around. If we all agreed on everything, the world would be so boring and horrible because everybody's agreeing and doing this and just going along.
We need to agree on something.
We can agree
on things. That's why we the way we are. Everybody don't agree on stuff.
But everybody can't agree all the time. Now.
You lucky you ain't get. Oh, you lucky.
I want to say some shout outs real quick. I see Patrick's on here. He says, I like your hair. And I know he did not call me by my government name. We gonna fight. I like your hair. Thank you very much. He says Michael Quinn Jr. says she looked 92 in 1992. You're going to hell with gasoline draws on. A woman just died today. I'm not going to laugh at that. Bouncer Jackson, I'm not going to hell with you. I already got one foot in hell. I'm trying to get both in heaven. So I'm not going to laugh. Lee, do not look at me. I'm not laughing with you either. I see how you looking over here at me. I'm not laughing. So moving right along.
Who said they not laughing?
I'm not laughing at the joke about Barbara Bush.
Who said they don't want to go to hell?
Me.
Oh, that's going to be real fucked up when you look up and you're going to be right in hell with us. You're going to wish you had a laugh.
I'm not laughing at that joke. I refuse to. I rebuke y'all. So,
well, there's a certain amount of truth to that joke.
Well, I mean, but but I will not.
She's been looking like Annie Oakley for a while.
I'm not laughing at
y'all. Yeah.
He said Barbara Bush. He said Barbara Bush been 92. He said Barbara Bush been 92 years old for 22 years. Oh, my baby Taylor Simmons is on. Hey, Tay Boogie. My friend Amber Bledsoe. Amber was my first best friend when we were little girls. We lived on 78th Place. We used to tear that street up. Man. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about me and Amber. Her parents had a motor home. They used to always go places, right? They would take us places all the time. So this one particular time, me and Amber decided we were going to try smoking. So we got in the motor home and we was up in there smoking. And I think something caught on fire or something happened, but the motor home was like full of smoke. And I'm like, oh my God, we up in there coughing up a storm. Like smoking's not for us. It wasn't, yeah.
Yo, like Cheeks and Strong.
Yeah, we were bad little girls. Hey, Rocky from Tennessee, what up, my peeps?
Yeah, that should have been an introduction, baby.
What's up? So, okay, so, we got a lot of things going on, brewing with honey. We got, some utensils as a sex toy, maybe? What? Maybe? Utensils as a sex toy?
Utensils?
Yeah.
Like knives and forks?
Those kind of utensils?
You have anything else to say?
No, I'm gonna let it ride. Even though I felt like that was a bullet in the gun that was fired, but it missed me.
No, it wasn't a bullet. No, you know what? That actual comment came from, and I said it before I went into it. It came.
Was a joke. Stop on everything. It was a joke.
Oh, okay. It came from a conversation from a week and a half ago. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Uncle Lee, what's up? My bad. Sorry, I ain't say, hey, Honey Clyde, the crew, all the people that's there in the studio. Hey.
Utensils as a sex toy, Coachella fun, and is it true? All that's coming up later in the 9 o'clock hour, Brewing with Honey.
Oh, is it that time?
No, not yet. But I'm just saying it's all coming up later on in the 9 o'clock hours. Brewing, we got a lot of things brewing with honey. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And the more honey you have, the sweeter your life will always be. God ain't gonna send you to hell for that. It's the stuff we don't know about, boy. Anyways, Bouncer Jackson, hush up. So I know you went to Coachella.
I was in the house like a child on punishment.
So I know you got some Uber stories for us.
Well, you know what? I don't have anything that's really, really crazy.
They jerking me.
Except that even so-called artists, recording artists, I had a couple of artists that I took out there from L.A.
Mm-hmm.
They came in to perform. They were not main stage artists because at Coachella they may have 5 or 6 different stages going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, why are people so nasty? And why do people just think that they can just do anything they want to do? Like my agreement with this particular group of people that I carried out there was 3 guys. One of them was kind of a smart ass. I started to put him out on the side of the road.
Right here in the middle of not even Coachella.
Right, exactly. Before I got to Rialto, he almost had to walk back to L.A.
Don't leave him in Rialto. We got enough nuts in Rialto.
So I asked the guys, because I didn't know, they never said who they were in terms of the name of their group or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked them, what kind of music you guys do? And the smart ass says gospel.
It would be a gospel singer getting smart.
Yeah, exactly. So I just let it go. I let it roll. I said, okay, well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I kept on driving, right? So I said, by the way, if you guys want to play some music, you can plug in. I'll give you the aux cord. And they said, no, we like the quiet. Okay, that's cool. So, again, we're rolling along. So we finally get to the place where they have to go in and get their passes to get backstage and everything. I'm outside waiting. And I decided, well, let me go to the bathroom while they're doing their thing. So I did that and came back. So one of them came back out. The security guy came out first.
I was ready.
And I said, so where do we go from here? He goes, well, we go to the venue where they have food set up. I said, okay.
My kind of venue.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be a fabulous food spread. So I take them over there, and they all get out. But then they want to leave their shit in my car, their bags. And I said, I'm not going to be with you all day. I can't watch your stuff. They said, well, I said, because I'm going to drive around and pick up some other passengers. I don't want to be responsible. So as they're walking away, one of the 3 got out before the 2 guys.
Mm-hmm.
I said, well, aren't you going to take your boy's stuff? He said, no, I don't know what he got in his bag. I don't take nobody else's stuff. I said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to put it outside on the ground, and you better tell him to come get his stuff because I'm not riding this stuff around all day, or yours for that matter, because that's not what was contracted in me.
Right.
It was pick up, drop off, come back, pick you up at 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you take your stuff with you. Don't you need that stuff for your performance? Or you change clothes or whatever?
Right.
So we go through this whole conversation. Well, come on, man, work with us. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to work with you. So I kept the stuff, came back, picked them up at 10 o'clock. We head back to L.A., but then there's a 4th person riding. Now, I don't care about that. It's part of their organization or whatever. So the deal was to drop them off at LAX and assume they were going to get on a plane and go wherever they're going. Well, 3 out of the 4 now stay at the airport. The 4th person wants me to take him over to Wilshire and Crenshaw. I don't know whether it was his house or whatever, but that's another 20 miles each way.
Right.
Now, I live real close to the airport, so I'm thinking my day is over. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning now. So now I got to go another 20 miles out of my way and come back. And then they don't have the money to pay me for the taking them out there and back.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So now they're saying, well, you need to give us an invoice. I said, that wasn't discussed up front. If that was the case, I said, in a situation like this, usually I ask for 50% up front. You know, and so I'm working on good faith because you were recommended through a mutual friend. Plus, I give them a 50% discount. So now I'm waiting for an invoice to be paid.
They ain't paid you yet?
Nope.
Where they at? Let's go. Where they at?
Some of them in New York, some in, I don't know where the rest of them are. But,
so if they don't pay you?
Well, then, you know, the person that recommended to me will be in hot water with me.
One more.
Oh, my gosh. How do they even think that they can do that, though?
I don't know what they were thinking. But we never had any discussion about invoicing and paying you later. So I learned from that. That shit won't happen again.
Oh, my gosh. Well, if they don't pay you, we can take a trip to New York.
Oh, trust me, I won't have to take a trip. I got peoples there.
That's what I'm talking about.
The real boys.
The real boys come
That's
out,
right.
huh?
That's right.
That's ridiculous. You
It
know,
is.
people will take advantage of you,
If
and
you-
that's
yeah.
what's wrong with this world now that we live in.
Mhm.
It's just a horrible world. And I'm gonna say some things, and get your Uncle Lee's Uber story jam of the day together.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm gonna piss some people off, but I don't care. But I said earlier we had in the room with Honey,
Mm-hmm.
we had utensils as a sex toy. Michael O'Quinn says, is his wife's mouth a sex toy? I have no idea. That's something you need to ask you and your wife.
That's TMI.
That's really TMI.
Yeah.
And I know his wife. I'm gonna tell her too.
Mm.
That's Michael. You really?
It could be. It could be.
Michael O'Quinn says, "Meet me at Bar Melody, Uncle.
Yeah.
Get your money up front. That's wrong. They had all planned out. You should have kept their things as collateral. You
Yeah,
should
well,
get
if I had
a
known-
kidney as collateral.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
If I had known that at the end of the night
That's
that I
horrible.
wouldn't be getting my money, I probably would have stored that shit somewhere else.
That's horrible.
Yeah,
If
it
someone would
is.
do that to you.
It is.
That's not cool.
And then they were nasty. They spilt shit in my car, you know.
What color were they, may I ask? Us.
Yeah, of course.
And okay, so now that leads me on to what I'm finna say.
Okay.
So, unless you've been hiding under a rock, you know there's been some issues with Starbucks in the last week.
Yeah.
Okay, we had 2 gentlemen that was arrested in Philadelphia, real estate agents waiting in a Starbucks for another person to come and meet with them, and Starbucks called the police on them. And shame on Starbucks, but shame on the police for arresting them. Shame on the police. Then you had an incident that happened right here in Southern California in Redondo Beach where a lady would not let a black man use the bathroom, but the white guy got a chance to use the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And he waited for the white guy to come out, and he filmed it and asked him, "Did you buy anything before you went in the bathroom?" He goes, "No, I'm not even buying a drink. I'm buying something to eat." And so he walked with the gentleman up to the counter and said, "I just want to know how come he was allowed to use the bathroom and I wasn't." She was a Hispanic girl, I believe, and she started saying, "Turn the camera off, get out of here, I'm gonna call the police," whatever. Starbucks came out and issued a halfway ass apology. And again, it's not all Starbucks. So I believe Starbucks are franchises. So they're most of them.
Some of them are company owned and
Or
some of
yeah.
them are franchise.
So of course,
8,000 of them are company owned.
right. So of course, and I hear today they're going to shut down those 8,000s to
Right.
teach them. But the person who did this initially in Philadelphia was not fired. They were sent to another Starbucks, from what I understand. I don't know how true that is, but you cannot issue an apology without having a resolution for it, because people are saying, well, racism has been around alive and well. Yeah, it has. But I'm going to say something too, and I'm talking to all my black people, and before anybody gets mad at me or wants to threaten me and you're going to get your ghetto pass revoked and all this stuff, there ain't a mofo on this earth that can revoke anything from me. Let's get that straight. So, but I'm going to tell you the problem, because it kind of bothered me that the girl in the Starbucks out here was Hispanic. And somebody told me that Hispanics in the jails, the white people are recruiting the Hispanics, and they're like joining forces. And I said the reason why the white peoples are recruiting the Hispanics is because Hispanics are a strong force. They stick together. Unfortunately, in our culture, being black, one, we are the number one emulated culture in the world. Everybody wants to be like us. And everybody fears us. The problem with us is we're too ignorant to understand that if we came together as a race, that we would be the most powerful race in the world. But they frown upon us and they laugh at us because they know they can bring division in between our race.
Yeah.
So the white's going to go get the Hispanics. And shame on you Hispanics that are racist against black people, because I don't know where the hell you think, because they really don't like you, but you are strong. Because I will say about Hispanics, they stick together. And I'm not, I got a lot of family and friends who are Hispanic. They stick together. I admire that about them. But the white people, and these are only for racist people. These are not for good people. You have races in all race. For all you Hispanics is rolling with the Nazis and the KKK, do you really think that they really like you? They're using you because you are strong and you help make them stronger.
Yeah.
And they need you to fight against
You're being
us.
played.
They need you to fight because you can't fight against us. If we came together as a damn race and we stood our ground and we came together and we supported each other and we loved each other and we stuck together, nobody can come up against us.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's happening is because we so ignorant, we so quick to fight each other and kill each other on a daily basis, and we're out there doing it. The rap music is ignorant. You got people emulating you in rap that are other cultures and using the N-word, and you just sit back and we are the most ignorant race in the world. I love my people, but we got some ignorant black people in this world, and we need to learn how to stick together as a race, and we will be the most powerful race in the world.
Well, you're right. And a lot of people know that and understand that. That's why we've been placed in a very bad situation and feared, because we are strong, and when we do unite, we're very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no reason for anybody who's Hispanic to align themselves with racists, skinheads, Nazis, because they hate you as much as they hate me. And you're getting played, pimped, and used because they have no value in your life either.
They don't.
A real Aryan, a real racist white person, that's all they care about.
Right.
Is their own.
Right.
And I think there can be some black people that can be swayed to turn against his own. And, and I know
it happens
some.
every day.
Yeah.
I know some too. It happens every day.
But, that's crazy, and it shouldn't happen, but it does.
But when will we learn?
Well,
what is it going to take?
I think most people get it, but there are some people who will never get it because they don't love themselves. First of all, if you don't love yourself and you love somebody else more than you love yourself, you got issues, and there's no saving that person. It's going to be very difficult for them because they don't have any pride. No, they look in the mirror and they think themselves. They see themselves as ugly, inferior. And if somebody else says, oh, you cool, hey, go do this, and I'll wrap my arms around you, they're missing something.
Right.
They don't have confidence in themselves. They don't love themselves. All the hate in the world can go away if you learn to love yourself first, because it's got to come from you within before you can love somebody else. You got to love yourself.
Right.
You have some pride, some self-esteem, and not willing to compromise for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's real.
And definitely real. I mean, perfectly said. And it's sad, though, that we cannot come together. We find reasons to dislike each other and to find fault in someone and to, bring each other down over materialistic things, and it's just and then we the first ones out there yelling, the police shot one of us. Well, we shoot one of us every day. And I know other races kill other races. I get it. But other races not out there on the streets protesting the police when they kill one of them. We are. The police, other races are not out there protesting, injustice the way we do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But what are we doing to fix that? What are we doing to go out in our communities and bring our community? I'm willing to go into Starbucks with a gang of people. Not just any Starbucks. I'll go to Redondo Beach where it happened and sit there, and we just all sit there and not order anything and wait for, what I'm saying, and see what the outcome is. I'm willing to get a group of people, but how many people really are they don't want to be bothered? They don't want to be bothered. It's too much like right. We got to take a stand.
You're absolutely right.
So,
absolutely.
Black people, I don't want to be any other color but black. I don't want to be any other race but black. I love who I am.
I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of me. I'm proud of the woman that I have become. I am a good woman. I am a queen. Can't nobody go up against me. I don't care what you say about me. I am the bomb.com. Not because of how I look or how my whatever. It's because of who I am inside of my heart.
That's right.
And I'm ready to take a stand for my people, but I can't do it if you're going to still show ignorance.
Well, we can save as many people as we possibly can. You can't save everybody, but you try to go for as many as you can to move forward, keep moving forward. That's all you can do.
Yeah. Well,
all the other stuff is just extra nothing.
Welcome, Brandy. Welcome, Denise Cooper. Everybody's coming on. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We got a lot of people on tonight. We're getting ready to go into the 9 o'clock hour.
Uh-oh, it's about that time?
Yeah. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we just gonna turn up a whole bunch. We just about to turn up a whole bunch. But Michael, I wish we could bring Michael back. You know what? Uncle Lee?
What's that?
Whatever we do inside the closet,
we
must keep it in the closet. Michael said, keep it in the closet. I'm going to listen to Michael. He said, keep it in the closet.
Well, he ought to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he set the pace for all others to follow.
Right. So, the Uncle Lee Uber Story Jam of the Week, what you got for us?
Well, since I was out driving at Coachella, I figured I'd pull up a little Coachella performance.
Okay.
And one that I was listening to on Sirius XM radio while I was out there at Coachella. And I found it to be a pretty good performance, and it was a bit of humor in it.
Okay.
And it was from your girl, Cardi B.
Okay.
And she kind of told a story about, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
So she kind of told a story about how that happened. So I'm going to play. I think I got it queued up to the right piece here.
So here's Uncle Lee's Uber Story Jam of the Week.
Live from Coachella.
Give it up for the big player.
I think that's why y'all see me
Mama needs some real money. All the bag get real money. See my ass get still on it. New nigga go real phone. All my chains got diamonds in it. My cars got diamonds in it. Damn daddy, you find that sucker. Hope your mom got diamonds. So I'm up. She
So are you in the car like
she
jamming?
Oh yeah.
With the gospel in the car, they probably pissed off. Heathen.
How we make the preacher sweat? We could buy what Jesus wept. Bitch said that she gon' try me. How come I ain't seen it yet? The tour is so good that his eyes roll back. Shorty said it's all hers. Hold that ass, hold that ass, hold that ass, that ass, hold that ass, that ass, that ass, that ass.
She takes off her jacket. Right. And she's twerking.
Yeah, I've seen this video. She's up there twerking. That's what baby probably.
Say, what's going on?
He probably, I don't know if she's announced what it is, but that's where baby was like, what is my mama doing to me?
And all that loud noise.
Poor little baby goes deaf and crazy. Smoking a cigarette. Yeah. She better stop. She's been going to labor on that stage.
Right?
Yeah, I seen this though. I heard that Coachella was like off the hotel this year. I heard it was basically Baychella.
Oh, yeah.
I heard they had a Destiny Child's reunion.
Yeah, it said she had a marching band on the stage of 150 people or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beyonce turned it out.
Yeah.
Everybody that I talked to that saw that portion of the show said she was
Yeah,
on
and
fire.
her husband Jay-Z was right there with her on stage,
Yeah.
turning up with her. So I'm talking about the kings and queens prevailed. I have Chef Jason Mercado. Hello, Sweet Val, Mission Cookie Co. checking in. You know his story. He come from being homeless to starting his own, making cookies, doing his own company. So
Oh, cool.
yeah. So
Homeless to cookie maker.
and graduated from school.
Is he here in L.A.?
He's here, and we're trying to get him to come in and bring us some cookies.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's
We
blow
need
it
some
up.
cookies, yes. So please. And he's actually the one that we talked to. He's had some, we're supposed to be going out. Every time we're supposed to go feed the homeless, something comes up, but we're not going to allow the devil to stop us from feeding the homeless.
No,
We're going to make that happen.
no.
We're going to make that happen. So, okay, Uncle Lee's Uber Story Jam of the Week is Cardi B
Cardi
twerking
B.
at Coachella.
Yep, she's pregnant, and she's got a big baby bump there on the
Yeah,
stage.
she's up
Like
there.
she's
She's
ready to
twerking
pop
it.
it, pop that thing.
Okay. I be at home twerking. That's one of my exercises.
Yeah,
Twerking, yeah.
Twerking, huh?
Yeah, I got to get it together. I got to get these muscles together and I don't want to age and can't walk,
Right,
You
right,
see
of course.
people that have a hard time walking. There's so
Yeah.
many people between 40 and 50 on walkers.
that's pretty sad.
It's pretty sad.
Yeah,
I see women that look younger than me, those little motorized wheelchairs in the grocery store.
yeah, yeah.
You can really get up. You big and can't move because you're too lazy to walk.
Mm.
Like even when I go to the store and I used to look for the closest spot to the grocery
Right.
store, now I park in the back
Good.
and I just walk.
That's good.
Yeah.
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 I'll take the stairs versus an escalator or elevator
Mm-hmm.
when that option is available.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you feel better when you work out though. You actually feel better.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking and getting a little more physical activity in because I'm driving a lot and
Yeah.
that's no good. And I sit
Yeah.
around on my butt here at the station. And that's not good. You need
Right.
you need to get up and do something.
Right. Speaking of rappers though,
Mhm.
I want to. I don't know if you heard that Kendrick Lamar won the Pulitzer Prize.
I saw that.
Okay, so
I don't know
He-
what was it for. What did
for
he?
his album, I think it's called Damn. So he won that award. First person that won that wasn't in a classical. It's always been classical music or
Okay.
whatever. So not only was he the first person to win that wasn't classical music, he's a rapper from Compton and he won. So that's a prestigious award that's given out.
Mhm.
So, we want to just, kudos to him. But I want to say this. It made me think, and I think me and Joker had this conversation about award shows.
Okay.
Now, do you remember? I know you remember back in the day when award shows were exciting, when you look forward to watching
Mm-hmm.
the BET Awards or the Soul Train Awards and all these awards that come up and MTV Awards.
Mhm.
And you knew that the artist, whether it was rap or whoever, even back in the day, rap was different,
Right.
right? They gave you something. You waited to watch those. You couldn't wait to the award. You knew. I remember one of the awards I seen Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg come. They drove the '64 Chevy on the stage, and it was something different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we knew we were gonna get something. We don't get that anymore.
But you know what? You're right. I agree with you 100%. But the young people of today, I think they're just as excited about those award shows as we were, but their excitement is different than ours. We appreciated something different than what they appreciate today. But you got to remember, over the last 10, 15, and even 20 years to a certain degree, things have changed so much. So what we were accustomed to expecting and seeing 20 years ago, that 20-year-old today was just being conceived. So they only know what they know and they've been exposed to over the last 20 years.
Right.
which is really kind of not the same level of quality
No quality music.
and creativity and talent.
The rap game, the hip hop game has changed so much
Yeah.
that it's embarrassing.
Because the rappers from back in the day, who were maybe considered old school rappers today, were influenced by R&B singers,
Right.
number one, and DJs who were rappers on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy by the name, here in L.A., the Magnificent Montague,
Mm-hmm.
who coined the phrase during the Watts riots of "Burn, Baby, Burn."
Mm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He made that phrase famous from the Watts riots. Not a street rapper, a radio DJ.
Okay.
And a lot of the inspiration of the rappers, the first generation of rappers, got their influence from R&B radio, R&B music, and radio DJs who were rapping on the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there were rhymers that would come on the air opening up their show, rapping
Yeah.
from back in the day. That's what I grew up
Now-
listening to.
And I think a lot of us have.
What's
Hey,
up,
baby.
Red?
A lot of us have. And now don't you want to just take these rappers that we have out here now and just chill it? As my mother would say, chill the shit in them. I don't know what that was her word.
Chill the shit out of them?
That was her word. She would be like, you do this, I'm going to chill the shit in you. I'm like, I used to be like,
Oh, okay, Mama. How,
you
how's
going to
that
chill the
done?
shit in me? But
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, like, it's just, it's really ridiculous. And
It is.
It's and it's just I don't know. I can't
think-
watch the award shows anymore. It's horrible.
I think most of the talent, even in the rock world,
Has changed.
has changed, and it hasn't gone up. I think it's gone down.
Yeah, I think country's the only one that's kind of staying kind of.
Yeah, country has gotten
relevant.
a little more sophisticated than what it
Mhm.
was 20, 30
Mhm.
years ago.
Yeah.
It's more pop-oriented
Mm-hmm.
than old redneck country
Right.
or country and western.
Mm-hmm.
Country is kind of pop now. And
Yeah.
you look at the new artists that are in there today.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
could
don't get
say
that
that's-
hee haw, hee haw,
no,
hee haw.
no,
Woo.
no, it's none
Now
of that.
I like some old school country now. Some
Yeah,
old
we
school
know
country.
that.
Well,
We
I
know
mean, you
that.
know,
We
you'd be
know.
surprised. NASCAR, when you go to NASCAR, you hear 50 Cent and Eminem and
Oh, I know.
Lil Wayne.
I
It's
know.
like
Yeah.
Nelly was real popular at NASCAR
Really?
because he made that song about going fast like Jeff Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the NASCAR world went insane.
They embraced it, huh?
They embraced it.
Because they could identify.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. So yeah, it's like I don't know. Oh,
Sit in your chair.
yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, my dear. I'm over here looking like a bottle of milk. I decided to wear all
Ooh,
white
look
today.
At you.
I decided to wear.
Little Miss Pure.
I am pure. I'm
like
innocent. I'm innocent.
Okay, here
I'm
we go.
innocent.
Talking about rap
I'm-
songs and
I'm
stuff.
leaving
Yeah, we,
now.
we you don't believe that I'm innocent?
I have no opinion.
As
My
far
name
as
is
what?
Bennett. I ain't in it.
I'm innocent
Until proven guilty.
until proven guilty.
That's right. How you been? How was your week?
Oh, it was. It's been. My dad's in the hospital, and so
No.
that's yeah. So it's been a lot. It's been up and down, but it's good. Everything is good. I can't complain. You know, I mean, I could, but then nobody listens.
That's
You know,
not true.
nobody listens. You know, so I'm good though. I'm good. And you?
I missed you at the party.
I know,
Dude. I ended up getting invited. I ended up not going to that.
To the one we were supposed to go to on Thursday.
Didn't have the ambition to go. Had another person bail at the last minute, and I was like, you know what? Must
It
be
ain't
an
meant.
omen.
Yeah.
And but I did get invited to a wicked cool party for Buddy Lewis.
Okay.
Buddy Lewis is one of the writers for Hollywood Husbands,
Mm-hmm.
which of course we know who's on that.
Right.
And Chris Spencer actually came up and popped his head right in my face. He goes, "Hi, I'm Chris Spencer." And I'm
Okay.
like, but I've been talking.
He's
to
a writer for Hollywood.
right.
Yeah.
And now I've been talking to him, trying to get him on my show, and he kept saying, "Oh, you're too far. You know, we blah blah blah."
What's up with that? Don't you know how to drive?
No, it's called "I'm So Famous Right Now." I don't.
I
Need
don't have
be
to.
on it. But he
Really?
did say, and kudos to him because he goes, "If I have anything to promote, I will come on your show."
Okay. Well,
And it was pretty cool because the woman that invited me Nancy Bellany, she was like, I'm going to be late. You're going to have to walk in on your own, which was hysterical because I walk in. It was at Kim Whitley's house.
Okay.
So in her backyard. So I walked in. Of course, I don't know this at the time. And there's this big dude sitting there, big brother. Of course, I am the only white woman at this moment walking and standing in the room. And he's looking at me. And everybody's doing that. Who is this woman, right?
Was she the FBI?
Right. So that and like just because, you know,
Yeah.
I have a look. So the guy looks up at me and I looked at him. I said, so what are you saying? Who the fuck is this? Is that what you're saying? Who is this white woman coming in like she owns a
You're
place?
not white, are you? I didn't know that.
I know, right? No, it was...
Before we go, not to cut you off, everybody's been asking about my song, my intro song. I've been getting a lot of compliments. And the guy who actually rapped the song, who wrote the lyrics, is on my live. What's up, Mars?
Awesome.
He's on here. He just popped in. I hope you're still there and listening. Yes, Mars is on. You're getting Mars 2-3 years later.
Getting good
we
feedback.
are still getting good feedback on that song.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
Pretty.
Everybody likes to rap on Pretty.
Do you know that
On his
Kiss
closet.
10-something in Atlanta picked up Yahweh's song?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Big
Correct.
Tippa. And he was like, this song, he gave it a, and I said, how did you get that done? He said they keep sending emails. And some of them get opened, and some
you
of them
have
don't.
to be persistent.
Right.
And he's not new to it, but his tenacity, I really admire because you have to be on everything constantly in this industry.
102 in Atlanta. I think.
I think it's 102. I should take a look, but it was really cool to
Yeah,
hear the guy
I think
talking
I know the guy
about
that owns the
104 Kiss.
104.
All right,
Kiss.
so real quickly,
That's awesome, and they're liking your guy.
Who is the one person or persons that you would be starstruck by? If a celebrity was to walk in here right now or walk down the street, who would that one person where you'd be like, oh my God, that is so and so?
Johnny Depp.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously.
Okay. Is Joker still there?
Yeah, I turned him down because they were playing. Joker,
Hello?
you there?
What are you up to now?
Hello?
Joker.
Where you at, Joker?
He's playing Madden. Okay, if you guys are listening, can you hear them when it's down?
Yeah, I won't turn it all the way
so
down.
if you guys are listening, who is the one person, celebrity? Joker's probably gonna say anybody in the porn industry.
Oh, see, I wouldn't even know any names.
Okay, is that for us?
Yep, that's a caller.
Welcome to Honey's Closet. Who do we have on the line, and where are you calling from? Huh?
Speak up.
Los Angeles, California.
Okay,
Who do we have on the line?
Rory Darvell from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, Rory. Hello, Rory. How are you doing? If you were somewhere, who is a one-star celebrity that can walk by you and you would be totally starstruck?
Alive or dead?
Well, I imagine if they were dead, you'd be pretty struck.
Yeah. Alive.
Oh, well, see, I don't know because I didn't know what the topic is. I just called in because I was supposed to be calling in.
Oh.
So that's why I didn't know. I would have to say, I'm a proud carrying senior member of the Beehive. So it has to be my Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I think I've seen you with a beehive before.
You probably have. I am a proud senior member
Of the beehive. Okay.
That's so cute.
Okay, so how did your show go this past weekend?
That's what I was calling about because, I was supposed to have been calling in to talk about the show that's coming up.
Okay, well, you need to come in and talk about that and give some of our listeners some free tickets.
Well, here's the thing is the show is Saturday.
Oh.
Well, you better start talking.
Okay, well.
Pump it up.
Let us know where it's at and...
But let me tell you what I will do. So I will give I'm prepared to give away a pair of tickets tonight.
Okay.
On your show. So don't think. Now let me tell you what it is going down. We're doing Prince's anniversary. It's a tribute concert for Prince. His anniversary is on the 21st. The name of the show is called Prince for the Love of Lust Tour, a tribute, the largest tribute concert on the West Coast, most complete tribute concert because not only do we do the songs performed by Prince, we also do songs that Prince wrote, which means songs by The Time. We represent Sheila E. We also represent Vanity 6 as well. So we do a complete tribute show to the songs that Prince performed and wrote. So the theme is 21 songs on the 21st night.
Sounds
it's a
awesome.
full concert. It's a full concert, 15-piece band. We also, food comes with every ticket purchase. I have a gourmet chef, Mr. Mario Tate. So the purchase of each ticket comes with food, so you ain't got to worry about the food. You're taken care of. Gourmet stuff. It won't be them dry chicken wings with celery sticks and carrots with ranch dressing on the side. We're talking gourmet stuff.
Okay.
All right.
So and it's a venue. It's not at a club. It's at a venue. It's a very nice venue out in North Hollywood. So if people that want to purchase tickets, they can go to brownpapertickets.com/events and put in For the Love of Lust, Prince For the Love of Lust. Or if they want their tickets personally delivered, possibility if they live close enough, they can dial 424-558-2088. And it's called Prince For the Love of Lust Tour.
Awesome.
Starring yours truly. So, like I say, 15-piece band, world-class musicians, all live. It's a concert like back in the day. We're talking lights and smoke, no pyrotechnics because we don't have that kind of budget. But we do have lights and smoke and everything.
Okay, well, awesome. Well,
I bet a friend of mine will be there. She's a huge Prince fan.
Well, that's awesome. So we want to, put those tickets to the side for our listeners.
Dude, matter of fact, God darn it, since I love you so much, honey, you let me come on and do my free plug. I'm going to give away 2 pairs.
Uh-oh.
Of tickets. Now, let me say this, if I may, because I didn't say this. The tickets for those who don't get the free pair, you can purchase tickets. They are $40. Again, that includes food. That's for general admission. But for those who want to be real up close, and everybody gets a seat and food. Let me just say that, because a lot of times people now you just pay for admission. You don't get a chance to sit. So even with general admission, you get to sit down and you get the food. However, if you want to sit at a table, sorry, buddy, go ahead. You done cut me off now. Go ahead. Cut me off. What am I gonna do?
Done all the damage, right?
This is a Camry. I ain't gonna ram into you. This is a quality vehicle I got. Anyway, so you can get general admission for $40, or you can sit at the VIP Paisley Park Purple Table seating for $75, which also includes you get pre-access to the backstage. They have a nice lounge with couches and TV, and you can sit backstage by your lonesome and kick it with a few of the other VIPs until the show starts.
Well,
Either way,
awesome.
There you go.
Awesome. So I will be hitting you up after the show.
Hit me up
so that we can get those tickets. And I appreciate you calling in and giving away some tickets to our listeners.
That sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah, and
it's gonna be awesome.
And maybe I'll be in the house.
Yo, you should be, darling, honey. You should be in the house.
Yes.
So I know. If I don't see you Saturday night, I'm pretty sure I'm going to see you Sunday night somewhere at the play, perhaps, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the play? Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully I would like to see you Saturday and Sunday night.
Okay.
And some of your so, like I say, let me know how I can get the tickets to you or whatever. Like I said, I'll give away 2 free pair of general admission tickets. Can't give away them VIP.
Well, I will be hitting you up right after the show.
All righty, Yowie.
Thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you, darling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye. Dory Darvell, he's a established actor. We've done plays together. And he's actually, he's talking about free plugs, but he's actually doing some stuff for Honey's Closet. So we appreciate doing some donations for like sponsorships, for autism and sponsorships. Yes.
Nice.
So thank you. So back to the question. Uncle Lee, who's that one person that you can see and you would be starstruck?
I would think that maybe Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Really?
She makes my blood boil.
Do you know that my neighbor is a location agent and they're hunting for a, because she's on The Voice? They do like a shoot from her house in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not.
Okay, Alicia Keys.
Yeah.
But that's
I like
funny.
her.
They were just talking about her.
Yeah.
Wow. For
And another one
no, go ahead, because I have.
would be probably the young lady that I've had a crush on since she was singing with Chic.
Oh.
Norma Jean Wright.
Norma Jean. That was my godmother name. Norma Jean. I want to say what's up to my son. Thank you, Michael, for tuning in. My son, J-Dub, my children is watching. My girl,
cool.
Gina Rose. Nita Ray, Civil C's wife is on. You need to really hook up. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. That is so... I see Romero Hernandez, Vincent Brown, Edmund Scott. Hey. Oh, my gosh. Joker, do you have somebody that you would be starstruck over?
Yeah, you. And I'm in there.
I was just going to say, besides me, but so I'm going to return the favor. Besides seeing one of the best fighters in the whole entire world, the Joker, I would be, my star, and people are going to, don't laugh at me, okay? One of them I actually met.
Do not come up with no damn race car guy.
One of them I actually met, and that is Denzel Washington. When Denzel and Debbie Allen owned a restaurant on Melrose, I went there, and he actually came out to each table and talked to us, and he was so amazing. I like him. I think he's an amazing actor, but I like him for how he speaks.
Class.
How he speaks. He's so eloquent, but he's a motivational speaker. But there's two people that if I see him walk down, I would probably pass out and just be like, my favorite actor in the whole world is Robert De Niro. Like, he does no wrong to me.
Yeah.
And I know you said no NASCAR drivers, but it's Tony Stewart. Tony Stewart is a NASCAR driver, and he is, if I seen Tony Stewart, I'd probably start crying.
Oh,
and he's not even my driver. He's one of my drivers, but Dale Jr. I met Dale Jr. before, but Tony, but Robert De Niro
would be it, huh?
Yeah.
So how did you act around Robert Jr.? I mean,
Dale Jr.?
Dale Jr.
At the time I met Dale Jr., he was like sagging. He thought he was black. And I went somewhere and somebody said, who's your favorite NASCAR driver? And I said, oh, Dale Earnhardt Jr. because I'm a senior. You know, I love senior. And they go, oh, he's right there. And I'm like, no way. And he was at a grocery store by his car. Back in the day, they would bring the cars to all the local grocery stores.
Right.
And you know, promote. And I went, and I didn't get a chance to do too much, but he was signing autographs to little kids. And I didn't want to, like, you know.
Right.
And so somebody said, hey, because I was black. So it was like, really like, hey, just one of your fans. And he kind of turned around. And he was like, oh, how you doing? He shook my hand. I'm like, oh, my God, it's Dale Jr. So I was like, oh, I'm good. Like, are you going to win? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. No one wasn't going to win. But Tony Stewart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that? What is it about him?
Tony Stewart is like the Dale Earnhardt Sr. living. He is the man. He is, you know, and he does so much for charities and just what he is on the outside of the sport. That's cool. Amazing person. So, yeah, that would be it. What about you, Mick? Mick, you got it. Mick, do you have anybody you would be starstruck over?
Tell you the truth, no, because I figure they're people, just regular people just like me with money.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm kind of like that, too. I mean,
what?
I'm not really...
I'm not really a movie star or superstar fanatic. If I see him, it's all good. I'm not going to, just stop what I'm doing. Oh, that's
See,
nah.
I'm not going to approach him. I won't approach anybody.
Yeah, me either.
I'm not going to approach him.
And I've been disappointed with most of them.
Yeah. Now, if you really want to know somebody that I might want to approach, just because I think she's like amazing and evil at the same time, but she's no longer here, is Betty Davis. And we went to, so my sister, my girlfriend, she took me out for my birthday this Sunday. We went to brunch at this place called the Mexico in San Bernardino. I never knew they had brunch. The best, I mean, we went through 5 bottles of champagne. Woo! We had mimosas. We were up there. And I'm like, I got to go to see my dad. But my kids were like, Mom, go. Just go, get out the house. So I went, and the brunch was amazing. And so these little old white ladies walked in. And I was like, oh, my God, we all thought Betty Davis was dead, but she's right next to us. So I filmed her. I'm like, people, Betty Davis is alive and well. It was.
That's funny.
We had, I don't know if it was the champagne.
Yeah, probably.
But it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, I bet. My favorite saying was keep drinking, I get younger looking. So, yeah, Betty could have walked in the door.
Yeah.
Champagne eyes.
Yeah, and then it was we were trying to think of movies. The one movie we're talking about movies that were good. We're telling my other friend the movies that she needs to watch. We gave her homework. So one was The Imitation of Life. One was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. The Bad Seed, original 1953, all black and white movies. And then The Imitation Life, I think, is color. I'm not sure. But
I
then
think they did it afterwards.
Yeah. But then the one, oh my God, here I go forgetting the name of it again. It's with Gregory Peck. And he played
Kill a Mockingbird. That's
and we could not think of it. We could not think of it, right?
Yeah. That's so funny.
And this other little old white lady that looks like, remember that commercial? Where's the beef?
Yes.
That was her. She was reincarnated. She was sitting at the other table.
Hilarious.
She just jumped in. She goes, "To Kill a Mockingbird." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, beef lady." But yeah.
Yeah.
She came up with it. They were listening
we could
to
not
the
think. We were
conversation.
calling everybody like, "What's the movie?" I couldn't think of Gregory Peck's name. I'm like, "What's the movie?" And then I had to call my son, and he ended up telling me because he read the book. But it was so, and she goes, "To Kill a Mockingbird." It's like, okay, where's the beef lady? I hear you.
Wow, too funny.
Too funny.
Yeah, well, that's the beauty of dining in L.A.
Is he talking to us? Huh?
I would tell you mine, but I don't want your viewers to call you up and be like, he's cheating on you. You crazy if you don't think he got something going on. So I'm not going to say nothing.
Tell me. Who?
Shut up and say it.
Yeah,
You're my only one.
Who?
You my only one. You're
you're not. You can tell the truth. Go ahead and tell me. We don't care what anybody else says.
Lady.
It's not a fantasy. It's like who's the one
like
person
somebody
that you would be.
If they walked in.
Yeah, you'd be like starstruck a little bit.
I'm not saying it because your viewers going to be like, I'm talking to her. We got something going on the side. No,
Who,
you won't get me with
Anne-Marie?
that. I didn't say Anne-Marie. I said your viewers. And whoever I tell you, they're going to be like, they're going to...
Who cares what they say? Who
I'm
cares?
not gonna,
Will you just be a player and say it? Spit
Yeah,
it out.
just tell us.
Don't make me come to Jersey and slap you
not
around.
pancakes.
Who?
Aunt your mama. She know how to make pancakes. I be hungry.
Please. Good night.
He being crazy.
Turn him off.
He being crazy. He
I
don't
thought
want
he
to
was
tell us.
talking about my friend that is the voiceover for Mrs. Pancakes.
Oh, really?
On Something and Morty, yeah. My the woman that other voiceover lady.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I do need the Joker and Mitch opinion and yours, but this is just let me tell you this, and we can vote in, but this is really from a gentleman. So there's a gentleman who has a 5-year-old son with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Right. Him and his girlfriend goes out, and she runs into an old classmate. Okay.
Okay.
Her and the classmate are talking, so then they start reminiscing.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "What is your son's name?" And she tells him the son's name.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, "Oh, you named him after your ex, so-and-so." So now the boyfriend or whoever he is like, "What the fudge?" So his conversation was, "Did you really name our child after your ex-boyfriend, and why?" And he felt that it was disrespectful to him. And he goes, "I could never look at her the same." Quick, what do you think? You with your girlfriend, and you go somewhere, and she's named your child after her ex.
It wouldn't bother me at all.
It wouldn't?
No. And here's why. It's just a name. And there are several names that I like, which happen to be ex-girlfriends, but it has nothing to do with the fact that it's an ex-girlfriend. I just like the freaking name. So it wouldn't upset my apple cart.
He said that it bothers him because when
he's insecure.
When she calls the son name, did she name him thinking she wished he was the father, or is she thinking about him?
He's insecure. Grow the fuck up. That's what I say to him.
Okay. Yeah. Mitch, Joker, any comments?
I don't know. I guess it all depends. To me, I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. I mean, if I think if it wouldn't happen to be that same name or that same person, I don't think I'd be comfortable. Not the fact that whether she's thinking about the person or not. I just want to be comfortable with it.
You're just being insecure, dog. Let that go.
Hell no. Insecure.
It is. Right. It is. That's your ego getting in the way.
Now.
Yeah. I mean, okay. What if she named a child whatever? And you never found out that was a boyfriend's name from the past.
What I don't know won't hurt me. That's
exactly. That's my point. So it came out, so now you're insecure. But it's your wife, it's your child. How you gonna trip on that?
Because she's thinking about that nigga. She's thinking about him.
No,
well, you know what?
not
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
She's with him.
I'm gonna say this though.
Well,
If I was with someone and he said, "Oh, let's name her so and so," and then I find out later on that's his ex-girlfriend's name, I might have a problem with that.
Mm.
No, I will.
I don't want to say that it's
tripping.
insecurities. I don't want to say it's insecurity though. I want to say
It is.
But,
What is
but,
it?
but how do you know that they're not like, damn, I wish I was with Becky and, you know,
But
someone
you're
named
not. You're not.
But how you know they don't,
See,
how you know they don't
that
still
is
mess
your
around?
insecurity.
You're projecting, yeah.
That's your insecurity.
Unrealistic. And not only that, you're talking like at what age was
Yeah.
she with him, and now the kid's how old?
Exactly.
Look, y'all might as well say that. That's like y'all saying then it's all right for her to call out another man's name while you hitting it.
No, that's a whole different thing.
Oh, that's a whole different
That's
thing.
a whole different thing. Now you can take that two ways. If your significant other calls out another man's name while you're making love to her, one or two things is happening. She wish it was him, or you hitting it like he did.
There's no cleanup.
No cleanup. I know one thing, my significant other better not name no child after her ex, because that means the same thing.
No, it doesn't. Y'all tripping.
Yes, it do. I'm a name. That's just like me naming one of my child after one of my girlfriends I used to have. That means I'm still thinking about her. I wish she was near me, and I'm doing something to hold on to her memory in her honor.
You tripping.
No,
I'm not gonna lie. I would think that way too.
Child after her ex-boyfriend, she's gonna be tripping too.
But see, that's how people in this world want to instill things like that in your mind to make you insecure.
But what
It's
if it's
a
not
name.
one of you? But listen, here's the thing. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
In the real world, I just like the name Marvin, so I named my kid Marvin.
Okay.
Okay, and that happens to be my ex name.
Okay.
But every
Marvin
time
better
you
get
say
a name change.
every time you say Marvin, how do you know that person didn't do it because they're thinking about that person? What if you sitting here, right?
But you
So
don't know.
But you're saying, I think my woman just did it because she liked the name.
Well, it
but
is quite an honor.
Secretly,
You
her and Marvin is, whatever.
Well,
I named my son after you because I really wish it was your son.
Okay,
You don't
then
know.
you
People
know what?
are
Then
mean out there.
That you're right, but that woman has issues.
Okay, but she
Okay.
your woman and she got your baby.
Well, but that's all that matters right now. And nothing you can do about changing something that happened prior to
I'm
your
shooting
existence.
a nigga in a ding ding.
Okay, well, y'all tripping.
Wait a minute.
Y'all
What
really
about
tripping.
what
His
about?
middle name
Would
be
you
Self.
Would you be okay when let's say
tripping.
a man has his ex's name tattooed on him?
It should
Right.
come off.
Right.
Well, I agree
should
with
come
that.
off.
I would agree with that. It's time to let that go. Go get the lady.
Because the kid is kind of like a permanent little tattoo walking
Right.
Right,
around.
it's a permanent. So
That's
every time you
that's
walk
why I
around
don't
and
have
you saying, my son, and especially if it's a name like Fabian or some different name,
Like,
it's
not like Michael.
not like
or-
Michael, because you can say,
Billion
you know what?
Michaels.
I just like the name Michael. I have everybody got a cousin named Michael, you
Right.
know. But it's a name that you don't hear that often.
Yeah,
And you be like,
Jabbo.
bitch, you wait a minute. So now you trying to tell me you just came up with it, and then she told you, I just came up with that name. I like the name. No, bitch, you was fucking somebody named Fabian.
Yeah.
Now it's come out. No, you and little Fabian get the hell out. Because now, what if that Fabian is his? And that's what he said.
Well, now that's
I
a
have
whole
to-
different thing.
and that's what he was saying. And this
But
is
if
a honey
if
email
it's-
back question that came in.
If it's my child, and I know it's my child, I'm not going to be insecure about the name.
I don't know.
Okay.
Fabian gonna change his damn name.
Y'all tripping.
Cynthia gonna change her. What's a Laquanisha? Where you come up with? You want me to name our baby Laquanisha? Yeah, I just like the name, baby. And now I come find out you used to date somebody named Laquanisha. I done named my child some ugly ass name because you talking about you liked it just to respect you, and you done screwed somebody. Nah, it's war.
Hey, but why wouldn't, okay, if she had the baby, why wouldn't she come to me and we discuss the name? Why does she have to pick a name that happened to be her ex-boyfriend or associate or whatever he had to be to her? Why wouldn't you come to me and we agree on a name?
Well, what if you agreed on the name and not know the history? If she wasn't transparent, telling you, well, I had this boyfriend 10 years ago named Michael, and I just like the name, and I want to name our child Michael. What would you say at that point?
Okay, it better be a good explanation besides just liking it. I mean, what you had 10 years ago, all right, maybe you do like the name Michael. But to me, if I don't agree with it, we're not going with it, whether you like it or not.
I do think that maybe you should say, hey, I don't know. Who's going to do that? So listen, baby. About 10 years ago, I dated this guy named Fabian. And I don't like him, but I like his name. I want to name my first son Fabian.
Then I'm going to tell you, you're going to take to be in a lot of pain after birth. Because every time she call that name, it's going to cause her pain.
You know, I don't know about that. I don't know. And I don't want to. Here's the thing. Everybody likes to blame everything on insecurities.
Yeah.
So, my woman or my man. No, but get this. Why is everything insecure?
Let's say you're having that conversation, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to name the baby Fabian, and your husband, boyfriend, whatever, is saying, "Oh, hell no." Why is it that he's saying, "Oh, hell no"? Is it because of what?
Maybe he don't like the name Fabian, and then it's a fact that
that's one thing. Okay, then okay, I can say, okay, I just don't like that. It's a fucked up name. Where'd you come up with that name? Well, I dated a guy named Fabian from back in the day.
Bitch, you crazy.
Right. So now that you got two spins on that. I don't like the name before you even told me it was a boyfriend's name. Now, I might at that point might say, oh, hell no. It's an ugly name, and it's the old boyfriend. No. We can't do that one.
Well.
And then what if you're just adamant about it? Is that going to break up your relationship because of the name?
No, because I think we need to agree. You got to take your mate's feelings into consideration. You can't just say, oh, I like the name. It's my ex. I like the name. I'm going to do it regardless of what you say. This is our child.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if I was a man, I wouldn't make a good man. I'd be, bitch, you need to go and tell your Fabian to take care of this little motherfucker, too. How about that? How about he pay for everything?
See, the baby ain't got nothing to do with this.
Well, I don't care. You ain't finna take my seed
you heard
and
it
name
first.
it after your ex, then tell your
Breaking
ex.
news.
Pay
Fabian
for it. But
wanted.
Let's get back. Just because a person is uncomfortable with something, though, and this is just not just what you said, but in general, doesn't mean it's insecure. They're insecure because sometimes a person can just not tolerate some shit. So I hear people all the time.
But what's the underlying emotion behind that?
Because maybe they just
insecurity is an emotion.
It is,
right?
But not everybody is insecure because they don't like something. Like, for example, if you have a guy or a girl that I don't know, they do some stuff that you don't like, right? They constantly giddy with the neighbor next door.
Yeah, well,
right? You're giddy with the neighbor next door. Oh, she's just our neighbor, or he's just my neighbor, but you constantly up in her face, y'all, or his face, and y'all just giddy. Oh, you just insecure. No, it's not that I'm insecure, my nigga. You can't be up in no other bitch face or no other dude's face.
Well, that's called disrespect.
All the time. Right. Yeah. Everything is not a form of insecurity. It's a form of
true enough.
Don't because and maybe it's I wouldn't do it, and it's a lot of I don't do these things. You shouldn't do them to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not everything is insecure. Now you got a guy or a woman that every time a woman's whatever that might be a form of insecurities, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, you can't live in this world because I can walk down the street. Let's use Joker's. He can walk down it. You go to Jersey City. Everybody in Jersey City knows Joker. You cannot walk down the street without somebody saying, "Hey, Joker!" Like from miles away, they see him. There's no way that anybody with insecurities could really be around him, with him, because everybody knows him.
Right.
The same with me. If you go to Rialto and I walk in somewhere, somebody somewhere is going to be like, "What's up, honey?" You know what I'm saying? Just like on here, you got people up here saying, commenting on, "Oh, she's looking sexy in her white." You can't be insecure about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
that's a compliment.
Yeah. So there's a fine line between just not tolerating some shit and being insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what his...
Or you got people saying, yeah, he got something going on with that other lady.
Joker, go play
in
your
Jersey,
damn game.
Joker?
Hey,
right.
Man, you got a long-distance relationship, baby.
Oh, that's right.
I'm cheating on honey with you, baby. I got 2 women.
You got 2 women.
No, you got 1.
Yeah, I better not say that. Watch the phone start ringing. Right. I told he was no good.
Listen, listeners. I'm a big girl, and if I'm never gonna be,
you are, baby. Yes, you are.
Is that a diss in that? Because I could drop these dogs on you now. They heavy too. But just because people do have a problem, and it's like trust and believe. I'm a big girl now. I'm never gonna be I'm never gonna be number two. I have to be one and the only one. I'm fine being by my damn self. I got a finger, and it ain't. Let me tell you something. The easiest thing to get is somebody to run up in you. So that's what somebody wanted easily. They can do it. I'm good being by myself. I'm with who I'm with because I want to be with that person. I'm not gonna let anybody though disrespect me.
No, I can't imagine.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be number two, or I'm not going to be. And people really be thinking, oh, he be over there trying to get with Anne-Marie. Like, get off of him. I'm sure.
Are you? Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Right. So I say that because people have told me, oh, you crazy. You don't think Joker has a woman. And I say that the easiest thing for him to get is some ass. Right? The easiest thing, people giving out ass all day long. Mm-hmm. Right? So if I'm going to be worried about that, I ain't going to be worried about Anne-Marie.
True that.
You feel me? I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm just, people, because that's people's thing. Oh, he probably getting him some ass out there. Well, you know what? That's on him.
But that's some shit-stirring bullshit.
That's some shit-stirring bullshit.
And those people are probably envious.
Do they know I haven't even met
them? They ain't got nothing in their world, so they want to make your world
No, they're
miserable.
telling me, you're a fool if you don't think if he can date you long distance, he can date her long distance too. Oh, okay. Well, then here's the thing.
Ooh,
that's on
him.
That's on him and Anne-Marie. Because I'm sure the Joker nor Anne-Marie want me to drop these things on him. Just tell me.
No, baby,
look,
I got my plate full.
Just tell me, Anne-Marie, you know what? Baby. I'm just going to tell you, honey. I think I want to. I'm just gonna go and get me some of Joker. I might be a little mad, but I'm not gonna fight over no dude.
No, I
because
it ain't worth it.
Here's the key thing, ladies and men. If he's mine, nobody can take him.
That's right.
And if I'm his, nobody can take me. So with that being said, if everybody worried about he probably getting him something out there, like I said, sex is the easiest thing to get. Mm-hmm. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? That's the least of my worries. If he wanted to. I say that to say, if he wanted Anne-Marie, I'm sure he can find somebody closer to home. Why would you want to cheat on somebody just as far as I am? Just defeating the purpose, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
He'd be jumping way up that age scale.
Whoo, Lord Jesus.
That's right. That's right, girl.
So, yeah. It's okay, Joker.
You can have your young thing.
Wait a minute. I know you ain't talking. I know you don't want us to start telling stories.
Yeah, you know what? It was funny because at the party, the dude he says to me, "Yeah, I'm 61 years old."
You should say, "You too old for
me." He goes, "No," he says, "and my wife is 34. What do you think of that?" And I took my phone and I went, "Yeah, dude, no, whatever."
And this is me right here.
Right.
This is me,
this
baby.
This is me, my tenderoni.
Yeah.
That just, yeah.
You should have said
and
too old for me.
I've been in her presence when she pulled the phone out. At a Sprint store when we were over there. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was a Latino girl. And somehow they got in a conversation. They're both dating brothers, okay?
Right, yeah. That was right.
That?
Yeah, she was about him being so young.
And she's pregnant now.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Latino.
What's too young?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if she's pregnant by the same guy now. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
You don't have to give ages, but like years. So it's 20 years younger. Too young.
He's 27 years younger than me.
Okay.
It depends on the person. There's certain things where I've talked to imbeciles at like my age where I'm like,
they're so immature.
Did your mother drop you on you slightly?
Bounce you around like a
people
basketball.
have this myth that you have to date somebody in your age range because they're mature. That's not true.
I don't have a average mind of someone. When you say the number, I don't represent my number at all.
Right.
And, that being said,
we got some people heated. Welcome to Honey's Closet. Who do we have on the line and where are you calling from?
You have Donald Grammer, and I'm calling from Chicago.
Hello, Donald Grammer. How are you doing from Chicago?
I'm hanging in there. I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Concerning your interest in men in regards to your saying that if the person you're involved with, you don't give thought to if that person is being faithful to you? Have you always been that way?
It's not that I don't give thought to it, Donald. Of course, I don't want to be with someone who's going to cheat on me because I am loyal. I do not believe in cheating. I do not cheat. I have never cheated. That's not who I am. So when I'm with someone, I've never been a fling type of girl. I've always been in a relationship.
Right.
So when I'm in a relationship, it's about me and that person. So I've never cheated. But if I sit here, and I said that because I'm in a long distance situation. If I sit here and worry about every day what he's doing, I'm gonna drive myself crazy. Mm-hmm. So at some point, when I went into the relationship, I stated what I wanted in the relationship. It's up to you to say, I can deliver that. You know if you can't deliver it. I'm not gonna sit here and worry about what he's doing to the fact that it's driving me crazy. Now, don't get me wrong. You have time. We all get to that point like, oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? You worry sometimes. You'll be a fool. I'll be lying if I told you I'd never worry. Mm-hmm. But to sit here and be like, oh, it's 12 o'clock at night over there. He's not answering his phone. What's he doing? I would be crazy. I would be completely crazy. So it's not that I don't care. I just can't worry about it.
Right.
But I have to have trust.
Excuse me for probing a little further. Mm-hmm. Has it ever been your experience where you were involved with someone in a long? I mean, the person was not within your reach. Has that ever been your experience?
Wait. I'm lost. Say that again.
Have you ever been in a long distance relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's in one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I caught that if you expressed that earlier.
Yeah.
And I've been in one before. Yeah, so it's about trust.
Lover.
You know, and let me tell you something. Why it does not work for everybody, but let me tell you why it works why it worked for me. Because when we know each other through family, so when we met, we didn't have the physical contact to draw us together. We only had conversation and get to. So we couldn't text.
That's right.
We couldn't do messenger. We had to literally talk on the phone. Mm-hmm. I mean, people don't. People
Wait a minute,
don't.
y'all been knowing each other that long before texting and cell phone?
No. But I'm just saying, most people text, even long distance. They only text and send pictures and messenger or whatever. We literally talked.
Yeah.
For hours.
I prefer talking than texting.
And it worked because we actually got to know each other. So it wasn't a sexual relationship.
And you can't feel the emotion in texting.
You can't.
You really can't.
You can't.
Or the sarcasm.
Sometimes it's misinterpreted too, yeah.
And I could sit on the phone and talk, and we literally would talk, and I hope you don't mind me saying, we would count our mail. Okay, we did 5 hours today. We're going to try to top that tomorrow. And top that the next day.
Y'all need a damn hobby.
So we end up, I think it was 7 hours and 42 minutes that we talked on the phone. That was our long, and I'm.
Do you realize you could have been on a plane and been in Jersey, or he could have been here in 5 hours?
You know what was so cool about it, though?
And I'll pick you up at the airport.
Because you got to know each other. And I'm not saying that to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he probably could not stand to talk to me 7 hours right now. I don't think he could take me for 7 hours right now. He would be like, bye, bitch.
Right.
But again, in the beginning, everything is always new, right? It's like,
and everything new is beautiful,
right?
Yeah.
But had he been here, I don't know if it would have been different. Knowing the person that he is, I don't think it would. Uh-huh. But most people don't take the time to get to know each other.
That's true.
So it's like, you see a picture of you, let me text you, let's go out, and let's do it. Mm-hmm. So for me, it actually complimented it because we got a chance to really, we asked those questions that people don't ask no more, like, what's your favorite color? And he probably remember. What's my favorite color? He probably don't remember. But, those are the things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, some people are not aware.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get to know each other.
Some are not aware. Right.
Right.
Some are not cognizant that intimacy actually is a bonus.
Right.
After you've established your interest in the person.
Right.
And for providing that the interaction, you both are benefiting from the interaction, then the intimacy comes after you've established that.
Yeah. Well, that to me is the intimacy.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a build-up.
Yeah, the build-up. Oh, trust me, it was some build-up.
The verbal foreplay.
Oh, yeah. And he was always so calm. And I was like the one that, because the sex question didn't even come up for a long, and I wanted to like just kind of dabble in there into this, but I'm like, I'm not going to do it. But it built up. Like, okay.
Somebody asked if you could, would you stay with somebody if the sex wasn't that great, but the intimacy was?
Yeah, because you can work on the sex. If you're open, if that person's open, you can say, look, now, we've been having sex for this long, and when you ain't moving to the right, right? Or you ain't doing this, or you're not handling this right, or whatever. And if you really care about that person and making, because you can work on sex, right? You can fix that if you're both willing to fix it.
Yeah, you got to communicate it. And you got to communicate it in a way that'll be received properly, because it could be received in a negative light, and then you get turned off and your partner gets turned off, and then shit is bad.
Well, there's people who have chemistry immediately, and the sex is powerful, and it's just like, whoa, and guys are singing, but they can't stand each other. They have nothing in common, and they don't even,
But the sex is tremendous.
But the sex, how long is that going to last?
With my friend, I actually had a woman friend, Jersey Jane. She was from New Jersey. And she stayed like 18 years in a marriage because she said the sex was incredible. And I said that was the stupidest freaking thing I'd ever heard.
Absolutely.
I was like, really?
Years.
So when that went down, it went down ugly.
Right.
Because
Absolutely.
there had to be a lot of resentment over that time that sex ain't never gonna
Because you
fix.
can get if we can go bowling together and play pool together and sit down and watch movies together and play games together and stuff, we could sit down and say, look, girl, now when you start giving me a blowjob, you be going too damn hard. Just slow it down, baby. Those are things that you can work on.
But that's where the coaching, when you're in
and you
the
can make it
act,
fun too.
You got to do that when it's being done.
Right.
I don't know. I think I'd rather have the instructions before or
Well, there's
after.
an old lady. She's probably dead now, but she used to give demonstrations on YouTube. She was an old white lady, and she had all different sizes and color dildos, and she would literally tell you how to do it.
Damn.
And whatever. And I used to sit there and watch her like, lady, she was a G.
Was that
So you
Dr.
owe
Ruth?
everything to that old white lady?
Huh?
You owe everything to that old lady?
No, I don't owe. No. Some of the things.
And I'm like, who is she? Damn it, let me look it up.
Was that Dr. Ruth?
Huh?
The dude that's on the line, he's still there?
Yes.
What's his name? I want to address him properly. What's his name?
Donald.
Donald.
Yeah.
Are you a doctor or in some type of field of how would they say analyzing or counseling people?
Psychology?
No, I'm actually a broadcaster.
Oh, I know who Donald is.
Radio broadcaster.
Yeah.
He calls into your show.
Right. He has a website, smoothmixes925.
You know, Donald, that would be the voice that I would want to listen to if that was the mix.
Right.
You got a smooth.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know what, guys?
But he's a pimp.
Well, maybe he could give direction during with that smooth voice.
It's Donald the pimp.
No.
He's pimping.
I just wanted to know because he does sound like a doctor, and if he was, I was going to say, hey, what's up, doc?
Oh, shit. No, you were not.
Now,
he would be saying to you, you need some help, brother.
Yeah. Now, but is it, okay, so is it wrong real quickly, like, to tell people, because there are people out here that's not experienced in sexual things, and YouTube has everything, like the old white lady. I'm telling you, the old white lady was bomb.com. I used to watch her I literally used to sit here and watch this old white lady. She was very entertaining, because she was old. When I tell you old.
Yeah, but we were talking about this, okay? In the defense of the old, decrepit vessel she was occupying, her mind obviously was not.
Her mind was not, and she was showing you.
You know that, like, your mind, that's a cruel thing about life. You don't see yourself, if you, it doesn't, because you're looking outside of your body, unless, because you look at your hands, that's a reminder.
Right.
But if you didn't have any mirrors and somebody said, how old are you? And you had to go by the age that your mind is at, usually there's an age where you kind of like hang at. I mean, you get lessons, and, and all of that, but you never feel like the age that you're at after, I would have to say, I mean, it's hysterical when I say the number of my age and I actually look at myself and think about where I'm at. It doesn't compute at all.
Well,
and
age is only a number.
Well, that's what they
age
say,
is
but
only
your
a
body,
number, so
your body vessel has got that tread on it.
I'm still 19 because after I saw Woodstock, I don't want to get any older.
Any older than that,
no,
right?
No, hell no.
But
that was the ultimate.
Yeah. Did she leave her teeth in? That's all I want to know.
She talked about that. She said for some ladies, you take your teeth out, and you don't have to worry about, guys don't have to worry about
That's
biting
what I
someone.
had a friend of mine who talked about that.
But you can also, so you can learn from her, but then I also think it's if you really want to please your partner. Mm-hmm. So you can say, okay, I took notes from the old white lady on YouTube. I'm not trying to call her being a white lady, but she was just an old white lady. She was old. And you take your notes from that, and then you say, okay. So then it's that man, right? So it's this guy. You know, you be like, okay, so when I do try this, I'm gonna be extra, with this because you really want to satisfy that person.
Right.
You really want to be like, okay, I want to make.
And both people have to have that mindset.
Right. You have to want to do it.
Then the sex is
and
incredible.
Satisfy them. So you take what. Because you can picture. Am I the only one to sit like? I can sit back right now and think, okay, the next time I see Joker, I'm gonna practice this. So I practice it in my head of the things you want to do.
Right.
Because you always want to be better than you. I don't care if you married 10 years. You should always want to be better than your last session. Am I right or wrong? I believe that. Right? You always want to be better. So
it doesn't always save anything, as I can be a witness.
Well, it doesn't always, but let's go find that sucker and shoot him. You want to shoot him?
Yeah. You want to know something? Usually, men will ask that. Did you still do this, or did you still, and try and like that always cracks me up. And when I get through with my spiel, they're like, "Is he just crazy?"
But some people just crazy. If that was the problem in the relationship, and he was like he wanted to fix the relationship, that would be easy to fix. But that wasn't the problem.
No. So I mean, it's like one of those things. As far as I'm curious because obviously after being married 32 years and now single, all these things that I'm listening to is like how to interact on the single market. It's just like it's a
don't give everybody the goodies. Say the goodies.
Whoa, Anne-Marie. So what were you doing in your marriage? Same thing you do in your marriage. You just do it in reverse when you're single.
I ain't giving that shit away. Are you kidding me? What are you, Cray?
Dude, I mean, like I used to be single. According to your viewers, I'm still am.
Not my viewers, her viewers.
Hey, well, you know what? It's 9:59. I can't believe the time is gone. Up next is the Comedy Hour with Anna Marie. Stay tuned in. Check her out every Tuesday after me.
And it's always
Thank you, Dono, for calling in. Of course, Joker and Mix. Thank you, guys. We love you for calling in.
We were trying to be quiet tonight on the game, but I beat Mick, y'all, a lot of times. Look, I wasn't drinking.
All right. Thank you. Till next week.
Shout out. It's sweet like honey, then I got it. If you don't tune in, then you're wrong. Honey Claus, I know what's really going on. So tell me something good, You better turn up the volume in every hood. Which club's really poppin'? Who clothesline rockin'? Which show should I be watching? Redbone pretty, let the world know. And if it's sweet like honey, that's my girl show. Biggie Beats, turn the volume up. Chuck B, turn the volume up. J Dub, turn the volume up.